You can use Saran Wrap to get this beautiful broken glass look. Just a little piece with the right type of viscosity of gel creates that beautiful look. But there is a myth going on out there I wanted to let you in on, that gel or acrylic or fake nails in general ruins your natural nails. That's not true. It's how it's removed. I've worn acrylic nails for 33 years, and I just removed them to do these nails, and look how beautiful they look. So it's how you do the removal. Not the product itself does not ruin it. It's how you do that removal. Anyway, let's get started for that beautiful set of nails. Okay, so I'm gonna begin this video after doing 4 nails, technically 3 fingers and a thumb, and I'm gonna do 1 finger with you, and I'm gonna explain to you what I've learned along the way. This is a relatively new design, so I haven't done a ton of them. In fact, I've just done basically these and a little bit of practice. So I'm gonna form up, oh, wait a second. I'm going to buff my nail. You can do this with your files. You can do this with a set of files or an e-file, whichever you prefer. So I'm just gonna gently buff the natural nail. Just a quick tip, I push my cuticles back as I buff. I use the mandrel to do that. Use it on a very low speed. Okay, that's good. And I'm just gonna dust off the dust. And then I'm using Fuzion actually today. I love this product. And I'm gonna use the Gription, which is basically like a primer. And I'm gonna give this a 30-second cure. When you're doing a new design, here's a great tip. I love doing this. Do 1 finger complete at a time. In doing so, I learned a few things to make this design look its best. Ironically, the thumb I did first, and I did that the best. I think sometimes as we go, we overthink it. I see that very commonly in when I'm teaching people, and I do that myself on occasion too. To make this design successful, I'm going to first paint down the base coat. I just have in the Fuzion line, it's called Clear Base. So I'm just going to apply a thin clear base. Most gel lines systems will do this, and the reason being is because this that I'm putting down here now is where the next layer will adhere to. It can be a protection layer too between your natural nail and the hard gel that we're going to put on, the builder gel. Now gel is self-leveling, so give it a minute to self-level and then put it in. And we're gonna nuke that for 30 seconds as well. This is the trick. This is the ticket to making this design work. You wanna use a sculpting gel that has a thick viscosity to create that broken glass look. You can use any gel, like you might see videos and they'll just use a gel. They may not explain, but if you don't have one that's got a thicker consistency, it won't bunch up and it won't stay there. Gel's whole job, everything that gel does, the whole focus for it is to self-level. So when you put it on, it's self-leveling. That's why it's so wonderful to work with. It just gets so smooth for you, right? That's the beauty of it. But it also, in this design, can work against you. You need it to have some peaks. That's where the Saran Wrap comes in, and that's where the viscosity needing to be a little bit thicker. So now we're going to form it. So here's something I learned too, as I did each nail. First of all, just a little tip, when you're forming it, pinch the form pretty tight. In other words, this form, you want this bottom layer, the broken glass look part, to be inside the casing of the next layer. So we want to pinch this a little tighter because you want it to be the inside seam. And then the next coat we put on top will be the thicker, and that'll be the apex and the whole structure. So you want to stick the broken glass section inside, tuck it in. So by pinching your form, you're doing that. You're actually tucking it in. That's pretty pinched. I like that. That's pretty perfect. Okay, now if you notice, you can see. Can you see this, cameraman? Can we get that?
What am I looking for?
We're making sure that we can see this thick viscosity gel I've got.
Okay, hold on. Maybe I can just go to that camera and get a little tighter shot for you.
Now watch when I grab it. You can see it's actually quite thick. See that?
Oh, yeah.
Quite different, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to work for us. Look, you can see it's moving super slow. But that's what we want. One thing I did learn is don't put too much on. Now this
Looks like honey.
Yeah, this is our design. This is what's creating our design. So I want to put a thinnish layer on top of the whole finger. It doesn't have to be smooth. Now it's going to want to self-level. And that's okay. That's what its job is to do, but we're going to wrinkle it up. But what I am trying to do is make sure that I am extending it out, get a little bit more. Make sure I get right to the side, extend it out, sort of paint it out. Now don't make this too thick, because when you put your sculpting layer on top to encase it, if you make this too thick, then that means you have to make the top layer less thick. And then if you file it, you might file some of these bits off. We don't want to do that. We want to actually keep this in its entirety. If you do it, it's not the end of the world. It's just more effective, and I'll show you why. That's what I learned when I did this. Now I will look at it every which way to make sure that I do get that in there and make sure that it's out as far as where the sides are that I want it to go, right? Because I'm doing kind of a coffin. I just got to make sure that it's as wide as that. And again, we can, when we do our building coat, we can catch that too. But you do want the design to be under that. I want lacking areas. So I'm going to look at it this way. Yeah, I look like I got it pretty good. Okay. Just try not to overdo it, because I did that on the other ones, a little bit thicker. I didn't like it as much. Okay, so now I do cut out a little piece of saran wrap. You can use the big one, but I find it's heavy, so it pulls and it won't give you your design as much. Put the saran wrap right on top. Lay the saran wrap on there, and I just get another, you can use a toothpick or a pen or cuticle stick or anything like that, and you just wrinkle it up. Just keeping the product away from the cuticle. If you do too tight of a wrinkle, it will pull itself away because the saran wrap does have a little bit of resistance. Okay, it's looking pretty good. And turn this light on. Does this go like, yeah. And sort of stab it in there a little bit and give it a little bit of a cure. And then punch it a little bit more. My nail plates can be a bit thin, so I don't like to put it in there too quick anyway. Like if it cures fast, it burns a little, and then there hits a point where you can't, and I can't move it anymore. It is actually cured, and it heated up a little bit. So at this point, it's cured enough. I could pull this off. Then I'm gonna put it in there for the rest of the nuke. Okay, and then I'm going to use the clear SL to sculpt and build the structure of the nail. So the design part is underneath and the structure is on top. I still want to maintain the structure of the nail. I don't want them to break. Before I do that, I'm going to do one little special thing. So now this is where my broken glass look comes in. I'm going to bring in some chrome, and I'm going to use the Oil Slick Hollow by BeMi. So now you can take the chrome and sort of burnish it in with a makeup applicator. Now it's got a sticky layer on it, but that's okay because you're used to putting chrome on like a top coat, right?
That is so iridescent.
It's very cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks so
from
my
pretty.
angle here. It's really just jumping
super. It does, yeah. Now, one thing I did do, I smashed it a little bit. Now it's clear, so sometimes it's hard to see, and the Saran wrap, maybe you don't catch it, but remember I said take it away from the cuticle? I didn't notice this one side. So when that files away, you'll see that that'll go away, which will be fine. I'll have to file it away, but it'll still be very effective. But that's what I learned, is make this part not so thick. I think as I went, I did it too thick and it actually got to be less. But look at the thumb. I find the thumb very effective. It looks amazing. And this one's pretty good. That one's not bad, but the pinky got even worse. This one I can see already I've done a better job. So I like this one. So now that you've got your chrome in there, put your chrome, and you're going to use all sorts of different colors of chrome. I just picked this one because I wanted kind of a light, kind of glass look, kind of like frozen kind of look. And I did put it on the other hand, just as solid so you can see the color. And it's called, just in case you want to know, Oil Slick Hollow. Okay, so now I'm going to take the sculpting gel, which is SL Clear in the Fuzion line. And I am going to scoop up a nice healthy amount, beautifully clear. And I'm just going to fill in my nail and start sculpting the whole nail. Creating a nice arch and just, doing your structure that you guys know. I love how the blue is really picking up. Sometimes I really notice it in certain light.
Yeah, it's...
Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Really pretty, eh?
It almost looks like it's glowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's chrome.
Yeah.
I've been so impressed with chrome ever since it came onto the market. I mean, after 30 years in doing the nail business, I never in my wildest dreams couldn't even imagine something like that come out. So for me, I'm pretty excited about chrome. Mm-hmm. I never get tired of it.
Oh, it's nice.
Critter's not in here today. It's just me and cameraman.
Yeah, he's upstairs sleeping, I think.
Yeah, he's always sleeping.
Nice sunny day. I bet he's on the deck.
He could be.
Underneath one of the
So
couches.
here's a tip for you. Sorry, cameraman. I hold it upside down so that you can see that the gel will flow into that area and create a nice natural arch. Beauty. Oh yeah. And then I nuke. Okay, so now I'm going to pull the form off. This is the moment we can sort of check and see if our structure and the shape is what we want. Because sometimes the form can, when you're working with a clear design, can sort of cause an illusion that you can't really see. Oh, mummy.
Wow. It's like a faceted angle. It's
so
really interesting
pretty.
how it changes the color on areas just by the angle
Yeah.
you're turning it. Oh.
I love it.
Yeah.
And, I'm really regretting I wish I did them long and almond. So I can see the almond shape in there and I'm absolutely loving it. So I'm going to actually just shape this one almond. And the reveal shot's going to be coffin on the rest, but I'm going to leave an almond on that one.
Is that weird?
It's weird, but I was going to do it.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm just double checking to make sure my structure is happy, make sure I'm good there. And I'm going to look at it all the way around. I'm kind of happy with that. I think it looks pretty good. I might just add a little bit more in the arch area in the structure, just because when I file, I probably could leave it. I'm probably being too picky. You know what? I'm going to trust myself and I'm going to leave it. Confidence is one of the biggest things, even me, I'm questioning myself. I should know better. But, we can be kind of lack of confidence one day and full of confidence the next day. But if we challenge ourselves and we don't feel a little uncomfortable when we do it, then we're not really challenging ourselves. We got to just challenge ourselves a little. And I'm going to feel a little bit like I'm testing myself to see, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be okay. I'm going to trust myself. So I'm going to clean my brush, because I do know myself enough to know that I am going to nuke the gel into the brush. The other day, Caraman, I don't think you realized, I left some gel out on the table. And this room has no natural light in it. But Caraman wanted some natural light, but I didn't know you were going to do that. I didn't even know you could do that. And you took the light out of the window and it cured some stuff onto my table. My fault, totally.
Not the light out of the window. I had the block to stop the sunlight from
That's right.
coming in.
We stop it from coming in so we can keep the lighting, true to what we're looking for. Yeah. Nice and even. So, remove the sticky thing. And now I'm going to shape it up. I'm just going to trust myself. So yeah, I cured it, and I should have told you about that. But so sometimes you kind of forget those things.
So I cured it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you cured it. It's your fault, cameraman.
I didn't look at the table. I just thought, hey, let's get some daylight in here.
No, like I say, it was my fault. I didn't know you were going to do that, and I should have thought about that. But I should have probably just put it away.
Yeah, that might be an idea. Cap it, right?
Oh, stop. That's right. Cap it. Okay, so I'm going to get the right bit here, and I am going to file this guy out. You can also do it by hand. Maybe I'll do that. Gel is so easy to file. Get a good trusty set of files that you believe in. And I'm going to use coarse. Move me tile. Oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna show you these glasses. I did a video recently where I created these beautiful glasses. Look at that.
Yeah, they look awesome.
And Cameraman got a little jiggy. We had a little fun with this video. It was something different. We did something a little different, and we put it on this, what do you call that thing?
Turntable.
Kind of showing it off kind of thing.
Yeah. I'll link it at the end of the video.
Yeah, do that.
At the end, you can see that.
But I put some.
Fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It's nice to do something different. Mm-hmm. And we did Jenny B. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Beauty. But these are super, super close. So I do it when I'm super, super close. But I can see the gems when I look over. Anyway, I did a video where I put all these gems on, and they are hanging on there. They're on there. I couldn't get them off if I wanted to. So now I'm going to file and shape this up with my trusty set of files. And I am going to go coffin on this guy. Okay, I am really loving the almond shape. I mean, it's my favorite. It's nice to see different shapes on my videos. I can't have the same shape all the time because the other shapes are nice. But this one's my favorite. Okay, I have shaped it the way I want. Now, here's a little pro tip. I like to take my mandrel using a fine arbor band after I filed it and shaped it with a hand file and go over it a little bit. It helps make the nail completely smooth before you put your top coat on. You're just going over the whole thing very smoothly and very evenly. I find it very effective, especially when you've got a design where you're really looking at what's in there. Okay. And then I will take my sanding sponge from my collection. I love this one. And I will go over the whole thing to prep it for the gel top coat. Then I will take the dust, get rid of the dust. Ooh, this is cool. Okay. Now I'm going to put a top coat on it. You know how I feel about top coats. It makes it come to life.
One of the favorite parts.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
We tend to make a big deal about it with our photography.
It's the dessert of the nail.
Oh my goodness. Back to food. I think we're hungry. Oh, wow. How gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, I should have went with the almond shape. I should have known better. It's my favorite shape. I was trying to be something, give it a little different.
Probably not everybody loves almond as much as you do.
No.
So give somebody else.
Well, the coffin is quite pretty. But I think maybe I'm liking the almond, maybe just because I like it, but I like it because it's sort of that frosted and maybe the icicle kind of, so maybe it fits the theme better.
It does look
I don't know. I was thinking
right.
coffin or the paper square or square even because it would have more surface so you could maybe see it better, but.
Oh, well. It'll still look great.
Yeah. Yeah, it will.
Mm-hmm.
Just not my favorite great. But it's not like I can't do another set, right? I'm going to show it to my friend Laura. Oh my goodness, I think Laura will love this. Okay, then I'm going to put a drop of oil, massage it in, and let's look at the pictures. I think I'm going to like these. Okay, aren't they beautiful? In real life, I think they're even better. But I'm going to just rotate them just a little so you can see them moving and catching the light.
There's a lot of dimension there.
There is. I'm hoping you can see it. Now, cameraman thinks the background might be too light, so I'm going to put my hand there. Does that help? You can see it a bit better?
You can see the subtler details of sparkles. When it's a lighter background, though, you do see that it's translucent more.
So can you see it with the darker? With my skin?
Now pull your hand away.
Getting a tan from the sun.
You sure are.
Look at that.
And you don't tan.
No, I don't deliberately go out and tan. Some people think this is a fake tan. See that?
No, that's natural.
That's natural. Okay. I think it's gorgeous. I'm looking, of course, I'm really focusing on this index. Maybe I'm spending too much time bragging about it, but I probably am. Okay. I need to get over it. Okay. Well, thank you for joining me. That was fun. And I learned a lot doing this set, and I hope I'm able to share that with you guys. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed these videos.